Gemini, how are you? Welcome to your May 2017 love reading. Let's just go ahead and just dive right in. I've already got the deck prepared, so let's go ahead and get started. Gemini love reading for May. Artisan of Coins. Wands. You know, we certainly had a lot of things going on over the past month or so. We have a lot of planets in retrograde, all sorts of stuff. So a lot of our lives have been on the more dramatic side. Now, I'm not saying that's for everyone, but for a lot of us, that's the case. You have kind of a nice quality here in the center, which indicates your energy, the Artisan of Coins, which is very dutiful. And I think I remember your April reading kind of being the case that like someone needs you or someone depends on you type of thing. And you're doing such a wonderful job being a partner. You're doing such a wonderful job doing the things that you need to do, right? To support yourself, to support the other person, or to like even just get yourself out there if you're single, to get yourself out there and to date and to, like I said, you're doing all the work, right? You're doing the things you're supposed to do. Despite disappointments, we have the Two of Cups in the reversal position here, okay? Despite miscommunications, and there may be miscommunications yet to come, okay? So if you've already had miscommunications, it's likely that things might not get totally straightened out. And be careful of overheated reactions, all right? Because I think that there's a lot of mismatch between intention and outcome. Right? The outcome, it's not intended for people to get upset. It's not intended for people to be offended. You towards someone else or someone else towards you. So just be cognizant and be careful of your reactions to things. And it's important for you to go into situations with a mind of preparedness, with duty and preparedness and good intentions, you know, and be careful that be careful to choose your words carefully, especially if there's an issue that is needing to be addressed, okay? Because we've got the Ten of Wands and we have the Ten of Swords here. Ten of Wands is a card of going that extra mile and doing what needs to be done in order to accomplish the goal. And there's no shortage of energy towards that. There's no shortage of energy towards accomplishment, right? It's just that things might feel like they are kind of working against you. Things might feel as though, like I said, you have good intentions and then someone kind of maybe gets offended or someone takes it the wrong way. And then you're left to sort of on damage control. No one likes to be on damage control. That's especially if it's not needed, right? The Ten of Swords is indicating to me that for some reason, this has kind of been the message. I've only done the two signs. I started with Taurus, and now I'm doing you, Gemini. So this is kind of a theme for both of you, which is like shattered illusions with the Ten of Swords, right? There's that acceptance that what is, just is. And it's up to you to really just move on. I'm not saying you have to forget about it. I'm not saying you have to forgive. I'm not saying you have to like let it go. Okay, those are, I'm starting to resent those phrases, resent those terms, because it's so much easier said than done. However, when the Ten of Swords presents itself, it lends to the idea that there's just a natural shift happening, and you can feel, hopefully, you can feel that the caring of everything has kind of, like you're just starting to care a little bit less. It's not entirely, you're not entirely out of the woods, but you're starting to care a little bit less. And because you're not out of the woods, and because there may still be some residual energy, residual hopes, residual expectations, things like that, that may cause this Two of Cups to kind of be in the reversal, right? Someone's not living up to your expectations, someone's not carrying their end of the bargain, therefore you are like having to kind of to deal with that. And be careful of the words that you choose to say, right? Because they can be misinterpreted and they can be skewed out of your favor, especially if you really are coming from a kind place. And I'm speaking that's very generic, right? Whether it's towards a partner, whether it's in dating life, whatever your situation is, just be careful of the things that you say, and be sure that if you are going to have an argument or you need to go in and have a little bit of confrontation of some kind, I'm seeing a very anti-confrontation vibe from you right now, so I don't think that it's something that you want. However, there may be a need for that, right? In order for you to fully move on, there needs to be some point of closure. This is the fallen angel, right? You need to get to that rock bottom before you can rebuild. And the High Priestess is in the reversal. This lends to secrets coming out. It lends to things being said. It lends to things that you've been maybe hanging on to or maybe haven't fully understood on your own. Things that are just kind of coming to light or just becoming clear. Now they need to be articulated and communicated to someone else. It's very difficult to feel something and to convey those feelings to someone in a way that they can understand, a way that they can empathize. And it may come off a little bit on the aggressive side if you're not careful. So just be nice, right? But plain and simple, you're a super nice sign, so it's not like you're, gonna bite someone's head off or anything like that. I'm certainly not seeing that, but just because we're in the Mercury retrograde and there are or can be some blockages with communication, I'm just kind of being overly dramatic, I guess, if you will. Okay, so enough of that. Because I'm seeing this Enchantress of Coins as being potentially your partner. Now, you're all kind of in a line here. You're all sort of lining in. They are, in fact, I think, waiting for you in some way, or they are maybe beckoning to you. There's certainly some essence of them trying to manifest something. Now, they might be trying to manifest the end of something, not the end of the relationship, but maybe the end of an issue. They may be trying to work something out. If you are single and dating, this could be someone, and they themselves are going through some significant changes, periods of closure, and we're all experiencing this emotional cleansing, and they kind of have a readiness about them. Okay, so if you're doing everything that you should be doing, and you're living your life, and you are, if you're dating and you're going out and you're dating, this could be someone that's almost, in essence, waiting for you. They're waiting for you to be there. They are manifesting love into their life, and you kind of are the one going to them, which is interesting. Three of Swords here, certainly healing, certainly breakdowns of illusions and the shattering of the glass towers kind of thing, where reality becomes our reality, and we are no longer living in hope. We are no longer living in the facade. Our masks are coming off. Everything that we've been maybe like we've been faking it till we're making it kind of thing. Fake it till you make it. Well, no more. There's no more faking. We don't have the energy to keep this up anymore. We don't have the energy to keep this balance going and playing this side against this side and doing this and this. No. Let's keep it real. Let's simplify our lives. Whatever facades that we're wearing, whatever lies that we're telling, I'm not seeing lies here, but whatever weight that you're carrying on your shoulders, you're starting to get fed up with that, and you are starting to purge the waste whatever it is that is wasteful. And I feel that there may be some secret, right? That there may be something that has been kept quiet, and now you can't take it anymore, or they can't take it anymore. I don't know who that is. I'm leaning more towards that it is you, that it's you that has something that you need to say or that you need to get off your chest. And again, be careful with that. I'm not saying it's going to lead to a breakup, but it could lead up to a breakdown in communication. So just be careful. If you're totally single and this thing that you need to get off your chest is more in line with like just stopping dating all these inappropriate people, it's time to really stand up for yourself and to maintain your standards and to not, be whimsical, or to not be flighty or I'm not calling you flaky, but to not be lenient, I guess would be a much better word. To not be so lenient on your standards, but to withhold and maintain those standards, because being lenient with your standards in the past has not really worked out the way that you really wanted to. So you need to sort of forego the fun, I guess, in order to attract someone serious. And there certainly is someone serious. Likely an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. This is the card of Capricorn though. Yeah, Capricorn. And they are waiting for you. They are beckoning. They are going through their own cleansing. They are going through their own purging. I like the sense of duty about you though, because the sense of duty is just your willingness to do what it takes, and you're not getting lazy. I think a lot of us have maybe been through so much that we're just like, oh, I need a break. I need to stop. It's just too much. No, you have this very Energizer bunny type of vibe going on, which I love and which is so great. But if there is something that you're keeping a secret, it really is time for you to let that go. Now, it might not have the other person or whomever you need to talk to, you may be fearful of what may happen. I mean, rightly so, because likely it's something that needs to be, there's a reason why you've been keeping it a secret, or there's a reason why you've been putting it off or pushing it down, right? Some of you may be considering breaking up with someone or asking for a divorce. Or some of you may be kind of getting the courage to ask someone out. It could really go either way. And the cause of, or the potential of rejection, or the potential of anger, it really just is what it is. But for your own sake and for your own health and your own, well-being, it's important for you to clear the air. I think that's a little bit of a blockage, a little bit of something that is, it is weighing you down, and you're starting to feel that. So, okay. And the Chariot. There is an element of control when I pull out the Chariot. I like this deck because I don't necessarily see it so much as the tearing between the heart and the mind, and it's more about grabbing the reins and directing your chariot in the proper direction. So it's more positive, I feel, with this deck. It's a little bit more within your power. So while you are kind of, maybe experiencing this Hermit a little bit, we're all kind of experiencing this Hermit here. We're all questioning the purpose of our relationships, the purpose of our direction, high level type of stuff. It's important for you to tune out all the noise behind you. Like this Hermit's got people behind him trying to talk to him, and he's just in his zone. It's important for you to trust yourself and to trust your intuition. You may feel like you can't trust your intuition, or maybe you're getting your hope or obligations confused with your intuition. It doesn't need to be like that. It doesn't need to be like where you don't trust yourself, because your intuition is screaming at you. It's scratching. It's like trying to get out. It's trying to get to you. And regardless of what everyone else says, it's important for you to make this move. It's important for you to do what you got to do. Now, this is going to speak in so many different ways to so many different people. Like I said, some of you are needing to get the courage to break up with someone, or some of you may even be feeling that your partner wants to break up with you, and maybe you want to kind of preempt that, or you want to get together with someone, or you want to have that commitment conversation. You don't want to be in limbo anymore. You don't want to wear this mask. You don't want to be in a relationship with no labels. You know what I mean? So courage in both directions, and to accept the possibility that the outcome might not be what you want, but ultimately know that it will be what you need. It doesn't have to be negative. Some of you it will work out great. For some of you it may go kind of the opposite way. Four of Wands. I feel almost as though there needs to be, in order to attain stability, whether within your relationship or for yourself, there does need to be this moment of like a little bit of breakdown. But this little breakdown is, like I said, it's that shattering of the illusions, the shattering of the glass house. And now you have the room to rebuild and to regenerate. And that's what this whole month is going to be about. It's about regeneration. And like I said before, purging the waste and deconstructing the bad stuff, tearing everything down and keeping only what you need. Simplification of our lives. And it's that through simplicity that we attain stability and confidence. And it rings in this new chapter. Pull out the Justice card. I pulled that out actually for my daily reading today. It's so lovely. It really is about composure and grace and fairness, right? This can speak to legal things, but in a more love-focused reading. I do like to keep it not maybe so legal, unless some of you are dealing with a divorce or a marriage. Either way, paperwork, anything related to the court system. If you are dealing with a divorce, you know, like if there is something that you want from the divorce or something that you want out of the relationship, you know, now is a time to really ask for it, even though you might feel like it might not be something that you get, but you're never going to know, you're never going to win if you don't play the game, right? If you are getting married or you do want to move into a marriage, that is something that you do need to communicate. Now, grace and composure, to remain stable, even if inside you're freaking out, it's important for you to remain stable. It's important for you to remain cool. It is that coolness, I think, that will lend to you not being misunderstood. Articulation. Think about what you need to say before you just say it. This is not a time for thought vomit to just like come out and just like let it go. No, it's time for careful consideration of your words, choosing your words carefully, with empathy, with caring, with understanding, and really putting yourself in your partner's or this other person's shoes and saying, if someone was coming to me and saying this, how would I respond? How would I react? You know, and really thinking along those lines. And then we have the Enchantress of Wands reverse in the reversal position here, right on top of the Ten of Swords. I don't know why I am sensing like you feel like you have no power, or you feel like it's out of your hands. It's an illusion. Remember, this month is all about the shattering of illusions. It's all about, you know, the reality becoming our true reality and not living in ideas anymore. So this sense of like being tossed and turned and kind of up to the wind, it's not going to be acceptable this month. And it's important for you to stand up for you. I may come back to her. Let me see. Let me just keep going. In the Artisan of Wands, we're pulling out a lot of the artisans. And the fire qualities of these two here, the Wands on the other side here. You know, first of all, if some of you, not most of you, this will not be the case, but for those few of you who may be teeter-tottering between two lovers, or maybe teeter-tottering between two paths, you may be feeling that, like the heaviness of that. and really not knowing, because one is going to be a logical choice, one is going to be an emotional choice. Excuse me. And you may be like, I don't know which side I should let win, right? I don't know how to keep, you don't see the outcome. That is when it is so important for you, this Hermit, it's so important for you to trust your direction. It's so important for you to trust your goals and to trust your ambition, because it's going to help you to determine who is best in line with your choice. Like, I feel like this Queen of Coins is the ideal. It is the person that you have been waiting for. If you're married, this is your partner really becoming that, right? Or proving that they can be that. Like, I feel that your partner will really step up to the plate, and they are in it with you. You know, if you have to ultimatum them, they'll comply, because I think in some ways you are in line with their Hermit, the star, right? With their goal and with their dreams. You are the one that's in line for them. And there's kind of a weird chemical thing that's really happening here. And it's almost as though you're going to do something and expect it to go bad. But I'm not trying to give you false hope, because it's not going to turn out positive for all of you. But I do think that moments of instability in turn are going to trade, and justice will kick in. You'll get what you deserve in the most positive way. You'll get what you deserve, and it's going to turn around. So if you go into something and it causes upheaval and miscommunication and a fight or an argument of some kind, I think you'll be, take it with a grain of salt, pleasantly surprised at the overall outcome. Three of Swords covered with the Three of Cups. So there's lightness, goodness, parties, fun. You're a very social sign. If you're single, now would be a wonderful time for you to go out and socialize and just have a good time and not stress and not worry so much, you know? If you have to do the bad thing, say the bad thing, say something that could potentially hurt someone, you just got to do it. But I think that it will ultimately turn out okay. And I know you have a little bit of a support system as well. You have friends, you have family, you have people that care about you, and they'll be there, and they'll be the ones that are like, you know what, put your shoes on, let's go. Let's go out. Sorry, I just had a little alert on my phone. Let's go out, let's have a good time, let's just enjoy ourselves. Don't stress so much, don't worry, and they'll really help to lighten that load a little bit. You are spiritually transitioning. I think what's really good about this is you're not sinking back, right? You're not falling backwards. You are not like reverting back to past behavior. You are in fact moving forward and doing the hard thing. Like ripping off the band-aid. The wound won't fully heal until it's been exposed to the air, right? Kind of thing. I'm not a doctor, I don't know, but you know what I mean. They say rip off the band-aid. And that's what this essentially is ripping off the band-aid. And I think for a lot of you, you're gonna have results that are more positive than you were expecting. Even if it's accompanied by with a little while of frustration or a little while of tears or sadness or whatever. Like I said, I think some of you might have to be the bad guy here. You might have to be the one that kind of breaks the bad news or breaks someone's heart, but not all of you. Some of you really are the ones that are going to be putting it on the line as well, and you're going to have to put yourself out there and be a little bit vulnerable. But the beautiful thing about all of this is authenticity, your level of authenticity, right? these secrets and these things and your intuition and what it's saying and what it's trying to get you to do, you know, it's pushing you to your limit, and it's pushing you to a place that's a little bit unexplored and a little bit challenging, most likely. And it is, but it is getting you to where you are supposed to be, right? If you believe in that, if you believe in fate and you believe in destiny, it is getting you to the place where you are supposed to be. And slowly, little miracles are going to start to happen along the way. Very slowly, very small. Some of them might not even be perceivable, but it's one of those things where you look back a year from now and you're like, wow, if I hadn't have done that, I never would be where I am today. And look at how much my life can change within a year. I'm not getting like the two, I was kind of thinking like I'd get the two of swords, but I didn't. But I did get the two of coins and the two of cups. So, and the two of the major, which is the high priestess. So I think some of you are just teeter-tottering because you don't know the outcome, and you're not really able to project the other side of what happens when this is said or when this thing is done. You know, but the thing about the artisan of coins, all coins, the thing about the artisan of coins is that, I'm gonna say this, they're not afraid to be jerks. This is like the Virgo card, the card of Virgo. And you know, Virgos are not, I'm a Virgo, so I can say this, Virgos are not always the most friendly people. And if they think you're doing something, and they're gonna do the ice queen thing a little bit, you know, and maybe you do need to not be so friendly and do the hard thing, but I think it's gonna work out okay, you know, I really, really do. It's almost as though too, because you can't see and there's a little bit of a wall in some way, there's a little bit of like, I can't see the design, I don't have the full blueprints of how this is all gonna work out, and it's just like that one thing that's preventing you from seeing what's on the other side. Well, okay, well, if there's just one thing preventing you from seeing what's on the other side, then you need to get rid of that one thing so that you can see what's on the other side. Do yourself a favor. It is doing yourself a favor ultimately. So Six of Swords, so beautiful to end the reading, just all about moving on and resisting the temptation to fall backwards, to fall back into past familiar behavior that ultimately wasn't getting you where you needed to be. So I mean, this is a beautiful message, and I really, really hope it works out for the best for all of you. I wish you nothing but the best. Good luck. Thank you so much. I'll see you next month. Bye.